Hi, everyone, and welcome to our third episode of Science and Horses. Today we're talking about Umwelt. Umwelt is how horses see the world. Now, the definition of Umwelt is a species specific perception of reality. And our understanding of this is really difficult because we're so involved in our own way of seeing things. Carol Saslow, equine behaviorist, said, "We are prone to attribute behavioral shortcomings or peculiarities of our animals to lack of intelligence and deficient obedience on the one hand, or to extrasensory perception, ESP, on the other. But often the best explanation is just a mismatch of umwelts. For example, vision. Now, horses have eyes on the side of their head, so they have 360-degree vision, which is good for detecting predators. Their vision is it's not very clear, but it's very wide. So that can explain spooking in horses. There's an overlap, so there is depth perception, contrary to myth. And there are more rods than cones, so they're better at night vision and not great at colors. We are the opposite. We're better at colors and horrible at night vision. Their sight is best at ground level, and they're good at blue and red, and they're bad at yellow and green. Antonia Henderson, equine psychologist, says, with a better understanding of the horse's visual umwelt, we can adjust our training and expectations accordingly. For example, we can ameliorate much of the horse's when in doubt flee response by allowing him time to adapt to new visual stimuli. Since horses' daytime visual acuity is not ideal, objects that seem non-threatening to us, plastic packets, may be much more suspect to a horse. Allowing the horse ample time and the freedom to lower his head for a clear view of a feared object will enhance our training progress. She says, she cringes when seeing horses reluctant to load on a trailer, lower their heads to investigate the ramp, only to have their heads jerked upwards and be told to pay attention. This is precisely what the horse was trying to do. Then smell. Their smell is excellent. They have large olfactory bulbs, many receptors, a vomeronasal organ, which is sensitive to non-volatile molecules. This is molecules that aren't floating around in the air. They're not gases. There's the Flehmen response as well. That's when they do that thing with their nose, rolling their nose up, which closes the nostrils and allows greater exposure to the vomeronasal organ. This organ might explain the horse's supposed psychic ability. In other words, they smell what's going to happen before it happens. Horses are also much better at us at hearing. They have large, funneled, movable ears. They're not great at brief sounds. So, for example, the snap of a branch underfoot is a sound not easily localized, and it can trigger the flight response. If your horse suddenly stops, swivels his ears around, give him time to localize the sound. Touch. Horses are so sensitive. The area by the girth where our legs or spurs go is more sensitive than a human fingertip. Highly trained horses may actually feel a shift in movement from the rider before the rider is even aware of having moved. Twitches are often considered cruel, but actually, used properly, the pressure applied to the nose's nerve endings results in the release of pain-killing endorphins. These are hormones that make a horse feel happy and calm. There are three phases: distraction, which lasts for 3 to 5 minutes. Analgesia, that's no pain. This lasts for 10 to 15 minutes. And then blow, which is too late. That's when the analgesia wears off and you're going to the proverbial SHIT is going to hit the fan. The twitch must be snug enough and you must finish before the blow phase. Thank you guys. Bye bye.